Hi, this is Diane Pizzacreta, and I'm going to be recording a quick lecture on the flow of the Quality Matters review process. First, I want to start off by just talking about how there are two different types of reviews. The first type of review is a Quality Matters review. In other words, this is a course review that's being managed by Quality Matters. In other words, Quality Matters is going to take administrative responsibility for the review. They're going to assign the chair, they're going to pay all the reviewers, and they're going to manage the process of the course review. Another type of review is a subscriber managed review. The biggest difference is that the institution itself is going to be taking financial and administrative responsibility for the review process. Quality Matters is still going to provide supporting resources. It's going to recognize the courses that go through subscriber managed reviews, but they're just not taking any of the financial or administrative responsibility for that review. Both reviews are still considered official course reviews, and they do need to meet certain required standards and processes. So some of the standards that need to be met is that both need to use the Quality Matters rubric. They both need to utilize the course review management system. They need to establish a 3-person review team. All the members of the review team need to be eligible Quality Matters peer reviewers. So they need to go through the course and the certification process offered through Quality Matters. There needs to be an external reviewer. This is a reviewer that's external to the institution from where the course is coming from. There needs to be a subject matter expert. This is an individual who's either taught the course in the past or has a level of expertise in the discipline from which the course is coming. And then there needs to be a team chair that has been certified through Quality Matters as a master reviewer. In terms of some of the processes that are required, an online course review application needs to be submitted, and there are actually several forms that need to be submitted through CRMS, including the course worksheet, the final report, the review outcome response form, and then the amendment form if an amendment form is needed. A pre-review and post-review conference call needs to happen, and I'm going to talk about those in more detail a little bit later on in the discussion. And then there also needs to be a post-review survey completed. In the end, both courses do get recognized by Quality Matters as being Quality Matters certified courses. So what's the first step? The first step is that a review is requested. A course gets submitted for review. And at that point, the review coordinator, whether that be through Quality Matters or through an outside institution, they're going to contact the course representative with instruction on how to complete the course worksheet. This needs to be turned in through the CRMS system. And then that coordinator is going to work with the course representative to arrange for course access for the review team. Ideally, what should happen is that the course representative, either on their own or working with their instructional designer, is going to set up a course shell with all content and then allow the review team to have student level access to that course. And then the review coordinator is going to go ahead and they're going to assign the course to a team chair or a master reviewer, otherwise known as a master reviewer. And from that point on, the team chair essentially steps in and drives the review. So the second step is before the review even begins. Before the review even begins, the team chair is going to need to organize a team for the review, and they're going to do that utilizing the peer reviewer search tool. On that team, they need to have a subject matter expert, and as I've explained before, this is an individual that has either taught the course before or has some level of discipline expertise in the subject matter of the course that they are about to review. And they also need to select an external reviewer. It is good practice to try to create some balance on your team. Try to get one reviewer with more depth of experience and maybe another reviewer who's a little bit more of a newbie. But you do need a subject matter expert, and you do need an external reviewer in order to fill out or round off your team. So once the team chair has assembled the team, a pre-review conference is organized. And that is organized between the chair and the course representative. Now ideally all members of the team are going to go ahead and participate. Before the conference call happens, an email with principles of QM and writing effective recommendations should be sent out to all the review team members. Before the conference call happens, all members of the team should have at least attempted logging into the course. And at this meeting, if there are login problems, that needs to be discussed and that needs to be ironed out. The course worksheet should be reviewed. As I said before, the course worksheet is what is originally filled out by the course representative. It's good practice at this pre-review conference to have a brief conversation in regards to the course and module learning objectives. The reason is because if a course does not have this essential standard, it will become very difficult to evaluate a course, and it is not going to be able to move forward. So if a course lacks these things, best practice should really dictate that the course go back to the course representative or the instructor, and that this be addressed and it be corrected. Another item that should be discussed during the pre-review conference is the calendar gets set for the review. Usually reviews take about 3 weeks. And you want everyone on the same page with an idea for when the review is going to be completed. And then another conversation that should happen should be around the expectations for review recommendations, that those expectations are clarified. In other words, if a standard isn't met, you need to write a recommendation and give some sort of sense of what that recommendation needs to look like. And it's also best practice that even if a standard is met, to write some sort of recommendation, even if it's purely positive. Step 3, the actual review. And what's most important during step 3 is communication, communication, communication. So the most important thing that a team chair needs to do is keep in contact with their review team members. Communication with the course representative is also very important, especially if any substantial concerns regarding the course arise. That needs to be communicated through the team chair and back to the course representative. Check-in emails or phone calls to team members are very important. Seeing their progress on the CRMS, but also just sending an email asking how's it going, do you have any concerns. This is especially for the more inexperienced or more junior team reviewers. They may need a little more input or a little more guidance. The team chair is also responsible for reviewing the course and needs to do the work of the review. And the team chair needs to check in and review a draft of the final report to ensure that all peer reviewers are writing effective recommendations. Now, if concerns arise regarding the recommendations, a team chair should communicate those concerns, needs to communicate those concerns with the team member and engage in some coaching. Modeling effective recommendation writing, talking about what it means to be constructive, specific, measurable, sensitive, and balanced. It's very difficult if a standard is not met and the recommendation is very, very vague. It becomes challenging for a course representative or instructor of that particular course to make a change if there isn't any clarity involved. So the team chair plays a very vital role in communicating to their partner reviewers and helping them write good recommendations that are going to make the course more quality. And then working off the calendar set for the review, the team chair then is going to send out a completion reminder, and the team chair will then also establish a post-review conference with the review team members. Step 4, post-review. So the team chair is going to convene a post-review conference with the review team. At this conference, you are only going to have the review team members. The course representative is not going to participate. Each team member should look over the compiled review in the CRMS. During this post-review conference, this is a really good time to discuss differences in scoring. Also a good time to remind your review team members to make any changes to their individual review. So this is sort of a last chance for them to go back, to make those recommendations clearer, more measurable, and more effective. Then the team chair is going to go ahead and submit the final report. Once the team has agreed to the final compiled review and all individual contributions have been edited for clarity. And then the CRMS will automatically send out an email to the course representative letting them know the status of the review. Step 5, completion. So bringing it home. So if the course has met QM standards, the course representative then is going to fill out a course review response form, and the team chair is going to remind everyone, all the reviewers, the course representative, and the QMC to complete the post-review survey. If the course does not meet QM standards, then the team chair is going to remind the course representative that the revisions need to be made and they need to be completed within 20 weeks. Then the team chair is going to review the course amendment form and confirm if the changes to the course have been made, and now if the course does meet the standards.